Hello fellow fans of the Mighty Saints, it's the Fulham Preview show, most of which will be talking about the Championship, to be fair. So the first thing we're going to look at is the predictions from last week. If anybody was paying attention last week, we were doing some predictions of Championship matches under Prediction Premiership rules, which is a prediction league I started in the late 90s and finished around 2004-05. And those rules are as follows: a point for a correct result, it's 3 points for a correct score line and result, plus a point for every goal scored in that correctly predicted score line. So on those rules, Martin and I drew at the last round with 15 points each, with Christian getting 11 and R. Steve, I call him R. Steve because he's very kindly agreed to help me out whenever he's required, and he got 6. This week I've chosen, or shall we say handpicked, because that sounds really journalistically posh, 8 games from the Championship to which we can predict. So those games are Blackburn, Portsmouth, Hull, Millwall, Bristol City, Coventry, Charlton, Birmingham, Derby, Sheffield Wednesday, Ipswich, Leicester, Sheffield United, West Bromwich Albion, and Swansea Stoke. Obviously there's going to be a few of us doing predictions this week, so I'm not going to read all of them out, but I will display the predictions on the screen. But I'll do mine, I'll read mine out. And mine are Blackburn 1, Portsmouth 2, Hull 2, Millwall 1, Bristol City 1, Coventry 3, Charlton 2, Birmingham 0, Derby 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Ipswich 3, Leicester 1, Sheffield United 1, West Bromwich Albion 2, and Swansea 2, Stoke 1. Hopefully while I've been doing all that, I've also popped up on the screen the graphics of everybody else's, those people being myself, Steve, good old GTP, Martin and Christian. So obviously you can see all Martin and Christian's predictions for this week's Championship on both of their channels, but the easiest one for me to remember is the Football Martin channel. So good luck with that. If you tune into my TikTok channel, there's a request to send in your predictions via the comments thread. Those have to be in by kick-off time of the first game on the list, and if anybody beats us, then I may well give you a shout out on the show. So the FA Cup, I predict that Tonda will play a stronger side than he did against Leicester, but the actual lineup is difficult to predict, apart from I think that Cam Bragg, not only has he earned his place in the side, that he will be in the side, and Carl Larin will continue up front. He does cause problems. He may not score a lot of goals, but I think the ethos of the team is to get the goals through midfield players and set pieces via defenders, and of course Carl Larin's presence opens up chances to those players. Saints have sold out their extra large FA Cup allocation at Craven Cottage, which essentially is a whole end, and I asked the question on my TikTok channel, should Tonda play a strong lineup against Fulham? And the general opinion is yes. However, this is how I think Tonda will play it, and I'm thinking he may be tempted to go 5 at the back, but I'm hoping he's realised how bad an idea that is. So this is the team I'm predicting. Long in goal, because he played in the last game. Manning, Kwasi, Wood and Yellett as the back 4. Fellows, Bragg, Yanda, Edozie and Zaz in midfield, with Larin up front. Be interesting to see how that pans out. Now it's your favourite history section of the show. So Fulham was established in 1879 as Fulham St Andrew's Church Sunday School Football Club. A bit like us. We sprung from the loins of a church. So that's quite interesting itself. The club was started by churchgoers, many of whom were skilled cricket players at the Church of England, located on Star Road in West Kensington, in brackets St Andrews, Fulham Fields. The original mother church still exists today and features a plaque that marks the team's founding. Fulham achieved notable early success, securing the West London Amateur Cup in 1887, following the club's name change from Fulham St Andrews to Fulham in December 1888. They went on to win the West London League at their first attempt in 1893. Among the club's earliest kits was a design featuring half red, half white shirts paired with white shorts worn during the 1887 season, and in 1896 Fulham began playing at their current home ground, Craven Cottage, hosting their inaugural match there against the now defunct Minerva. On the subject of Craven Cottage, it was William Craven, the 6th Baron Craven, who constructed the original cottage in 1780 near the current site of the Johnny Haynes stand. Back then, the area was surrounded by woodlands that were formerly a part of Anne Boleyn's hunting grounds. The cottage served as the residence of Edward Bulwer Lytton, author of The Last Days of Pompeii, as well as other individuals of note and affluence until its destruction by fire in May 1888. After the incident, the location was left unoccupied. Prior to establishing themselves permanently at Craven Cottage, Fulham Football Club had occupied 8 different grounds, including their temporary period at Loftus Road. Fulham has used a total of 12 grounds. Among these, Ranelagh House stands out as the club's distinguished home from 1886 to 1888. I wish I could say that. I'll try it again. Ranelagh House or Ranelagh House. Does it matter? No. When Fulham representative first announced the site in 1894, it was extensively overgrown and required 2 years of preparation before it could accommodate football matches. An agreement was reached whereby the landowners undertook the necessary work and in return were granted a share of the gate receipts. Moving on, Fulham were the losing FA Cup finalists against West Ham in 1975, which was the first FA Cup final I remember watching as a child on television. The following year, my footballing idol, George Best, signed for the club, but I missed out on the opportunity of seeing him play at the Dell and indeed getting sent off in that said match. On the 25th September 2004, I made it onto the pitch at Craven Cottage to have a picture taken with my daughter, who was the Saints mascot that day. Right, so Fulham, players we should be wary of, probably the whole side really, because they are a Premier League side and quite a settled Premier League side at that. But Harry Wilson as a player I particularly admire. He's the right winger, very dangerous, fast, skillful attacking player. Raul Jimenez, another striker, very comfortable at scoring goals at Premier League level. Alex Iwobi, attacking midfielder. Emile Smith-Rowe, the Fulham signing from Arsenal a few years ago, another very good player. And Anthony Robinson, at left back, one of the most attacking fullbacks in England. So, yeah, we are under pressure from Fulham. They're a really good side, so we'll really need to be on our game to get something out of the match. Moving on then, news. The Championship playoffs next season will involve 6 teams, with the clubs finishing 3rd and 4th heading straight into the semi-finals, and the 4 clubs below playing off to reach the semi-finals. This has obviously been brought in to give Spurs a better opportunity to gain promotion back to the Premier League the following year. There's been some speculation over the temperament of Kasper Jander, but Tonder Eckert at the press conference said that he's happy and settled at Saints. I hope he's not lying to us. In other news, Liverpool still managed to compete with Spurs in the comedy department after losing to Wolves during the final seconds of the game, a famous period of the game that Liverpool themselves are famed for exploiting. Liverpool fans have short memories. They want Arne Slot fired when he is a rare thing at the club, a league-winning manager. They forgot the squad had lost a colleague in extremely tragic circumstances, but Football Comedian of the Week goes to Ruben Sellers, who has managed to get sacked by 2 clubs in the same season, Sheffield United and Real Zaragoza. He's the one who is laughing, though, while running to the bank collecting yet another multi-million-pound payoff. Anyway, while listening to my favourite podcast, which is the BBC 606 podcast, which I listen to at work during the hours I'm filling before we open the shop up on Sunday mornings, fans from the following clubs at some point during the season have called for their managers to be sacked: Arsenal, Manchester City, Newcastle and Liverpool. There is a name for fans of that level of entitlement: twats. When the season is done, I will be covering the World Cup, but I have a question for you. Should a nation that is currently waging war be allowed to stage an international sporting event? In my opinion, it's no. Because Iran are in Group G and USA in Group D. This does worry me. I don't think it is good for the security of the players of both teams, to be fair, and other teams that are all around them. So I think FIFA should pull the plug on the USA World Cup and think very quickly another place they could move it to. Oh yes, we've got some grounds here in England, haven't we? England, Scotland, Wales. Let's move it here and get the tournament done properly. Coming up very soon is a video in which I have compiled all my TikTok clips from the time when Will Still became our manager, and the roller coaster of emotions that we've had to contend with between then and the slightly more hopeful period we're in now. Hope you enjoy it. I've put a lot of heart and soul into this particular video, and I think a lot of you will be able to reflect on my feelings throughout this season and a little bit of the last. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed for Sunday. I'll be at work trying to keep track of the game via the medium of radio. We seem to be putting these games on Sunday when I'm actually at work, and it's really frustrating that I can't do a vlog for you. Some of you may be quite pleased about that, but I quite enjoy doing them. But anyway, another bit of news is that I'll be back with a matchday vlog in a couple of weeks' time, because Steve has sorted me out a seat at a future home game of which I think it's Norwich, but it's coming up soon. And there will also be a coverage of the Legends match, Southampton versus Manchester United, which is our 50th anniversary of winning the FA Cup match. I'll be there with my father-in-law, who will be attending his last ever match. So hopefully we'll get some good coverage for that. And there will also be videos coming up midweek where we will look over the results of the predictions. So until next time, come on you Reds!